There we go. Now I'm not muted. What's up, everybody? How's it going? How are you all doing? We're just a few moments away from the episode starting. Let me get some of these things out here. I'll post in the Discord. Boom. And then we will post on Twitter. And in fact, if you guys want to go and give that tweet some love. Give that tweet some love. There's a link to it. Go on, share it, like it, retweet it. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all just as excited as I am for this new twist. I see you all up in the chat already. How's everybody going? We've got Hermdog up in here, April, Ladybug, Karen, Rochelle, Stephanie, Abby, I see you there, Misty, how's it going? We're just moments away from the episode. Samantha, DK, how's it going? Whew, whole bunch of you up in here. Brandon, Lori, how's it going? Alex, Craig, Studio 13, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for being here. Again, we're just a few seconds away here from the episode. It's a big one. We're getting not just the veto ceremony, because we didn't get that last night, but we're going to get the live eviction. We're getting the twist, and here we go. We're jumping into it. Let me give you guys a little sync up.
Veto meeting, a live eviction, a live head of household competition, and a twist that will literally divide the
so we
house
will get a head of household
Welcome
competition.
to Big Brother.
I'm guessing that might be how they separate everybody. They might separate everybody with an HOH comp, but we'll see. Are you actually excited for? I am excited for the twist. There are ways it can go wrong. There are definitely ways that it can go wrong, but I am excited for it. It's something we've never seen before in Big Brother. It's happened in Survivor before, but we've never seen anything like this in Big Brother. So I'm really excited for it. Yeah, live audience, right? That was the big talk, was there was going to be a live audience tonight. Crazy. So I actually didn't even see, I didn't notice. I was talking to you guys. I didn't notice if they were there or not. So we're getting a recap here, just of everything that happened, everything that was going on. I expect them to start off the episode with the whole, like, will Kyle use it? Won't Kyle use it with the veto? Everybody who's been watching the feeds, we all are fully aware that he does not use the veto. But I think they're stretching. They're stretching time, right? They're trying to fill things in here. So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Thank God for the twist. You don't like Brittany. Not a Brittany fan. I don't know if Brittany's going to be the big target. I mean, there's obviously hundreds. So I took a guess. I was like, I think there's like 100 or so ways that it could pan out with the two different groups and like different combos. Someone did the math. It's like 126. So I was pretty close. I'm no math expert. Like I'm pretty bad at math, but I was like, I think there's like maybe around like 100 different ways. 126. There's 126 different combinations of 5 versus 5. 10 people being split up. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Also, would you say this season has been out of a 10? Rank it out of a 10. Right now, 9. It's an absolute 9. It's been amazing so far. I don't want to go all the way to 10 because you never know. You never know how things could turn out. Maybe this twist is awful. Maybe this twist is absolutely terrible. Or it ends up being a great twist and it makes the season even more fun than it's already been. Who are we rooting for HOH? So that depends, Rochelle. It depends on which group each person ends up with. There's so many different ways that this could all play out. So who knows? Who knows? Let's see. I have my pre-birthday drink in hand, and I don't even have to share with Jasmine. Well, happy birthday, Sharon. Happy birthday. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. All right, we're here with the episode, live audience in there. Happy birthday, Sharon.
And welcome back to our
Give you guys a little
live
sync
audience.
up here. Show you off what's going on. Live audience in the crowd.
It is day
You love to see it
44
back.
inside the
You
Big
love
Brother
to see it.
house.
This is going to be an epic night. 2 hours. We're going all the way to the end. We've got the eviction to get through. We still have the veto meeting to get through. And then the big twist of the night. And I'm just so pumped to see. There better be booze, says Alex. There better be booze. Let's see. Love that purple on her hair. Oh, did she have purple on her hair? I didn't see. That's new for Julie. Did Julie have purple in her hair, or you mean Indy with the mohawk? Taylor is wearing purple. Oh, see, I'm not that observant sometimes. Sometimes things go right over the head. Did Indy get to wear a dress? No, she is in her punkatard, so she's getting evicted wearing the outfit, which is, there's a long history of that in Big Brother. There's a very long history that if you're wearing a funny outfit and you're on the block, you're probably going home. Taylor looks in any color. Yeah, I agree with you, Tara. She looks good in every color. Yeah. Oh, Jen, hi. How are you? Also, hi, Jen. Let's see. Patriotic, how's it going? First live chat in a while while watching. I'm working too, so I'll be quiet, but at least we're all here. Well, thank you for joining me when you're at work. Someone told Taylor this isn't a pageant, you gotta be cutthroat. That's true, Abby. That's true. She's listen, I love Taylor. She's an amazing person. She's so patient in there, has had a lot of poise under extreme circumstances. Game player wise, not so great, but definitely somebody who's likable and easy to root for. this conversation between Kyle and Joseph. So what I loved about this, Kyle and Joseph were having this conversation on the feeds. Meanwhile, on the other camera, Taylor was upstairs going like, I'd be stupid not to take this move. While Joseph and Kyle are like, yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea. Maybe we could talk to her. She's not dead set on it. It was such like literally at the exact same moment. Let's see. As if pageants aren't cutthroat, I saw miscongeniality. That's true. Who's your favorite house guest? Ooh, Turner. It's quickly become Turner. He is my absolute favorite inside the house right now. It's changed a lot over time, but it's definitely Turner. I agree. Well, actually, I don't know if I agree that she should have gotten Jasmine out. I feel like Jasmine's somebody that if I was in there, I want Jasmine in the final two. I want to be sitting next to Jasmine at the end because that's a win. That's 100% a win. Firelord, what up, buddy? How are you? Who brought Daniel's cameo? Oh, God, I saw that. He's selling cameos. I mean, it's better than that girl who like didn't get on the show selling cameos last season. I think Jasmine staying is good for Taylor. She's more focused on taking out. That's true. That's true as well, Jen, right? Get the other people who were actually threats out. Jasmine's not that much of a threat. She's annoying, but she's not really a threat. She keeps putting that boot back on. She takes the boot off. She puts it back on. She takes it off. She puts it on. She can't make up her mind. Turner for the win. Jasmine gets the crutch. Just, you know, you could use Jasmine as a crutch to get the final two. Get you here eviction live one day. You did. You did. No, I'm missing a ton of chats. And if I do, I'm sorry. Hopefully I can keep up better than I have in the past. Also, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you enjoy. And hit that notification bell so you never miss another video or stream. Turner has been the most surprising. Yeah, Hermdog. Especially, like, he was the one that I think was getting the most heat when the cast was announced. Especially with all the stuff that involved him and Mr. Beast. And it sounds like he had a really hard time with that for a few years. Where he got a lot of hate online. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him get out of the house and just see how much he's loved by almost everybody. I think the fandom as a whole, like, you either love Turner or you're just like, yeah, he's there. Right? Like nobody hates Turner, I don't think. I don't think there's anyone who hates Turner. Let's see. Okay, real question, though. If you had to decide to take out Terrence or Jasmine, the final two with you, who do you choose? Ooh, Terrence. I think Terrence. Both are good. Both are good in the final two, but I think maybe Terrence might be a better one. Because you know that Jasmine might get, like, Alyssa and Indy's vote. And probably Terrence's vote. Whereas I don't think Terrence gets Indy, Jasmine, and Alyssa's vote automatically. His expressions are amazing, Rochelle. His expressions are great. I love Turner. He's gonna sell so many rugs. Yeah, he's gonna sell so many rugs. So many rugs. What do you think if this comparison is Taylor's like Janelle, but they're both iconic characters? But I mean, I wouldn't say Taylor is Janelle, right? Janelle is at a very high level. I'd actually say probably the closest comparison you have to Janelle right now is maybe Michael. He seems like he's a better player, but time's to tell. Time's to tell on the end of that. Yeah, no one's gonna vote for Terrence. No one's gonna vote for Terrence. People have been all over his Instagram looking at his rugs. They're fantastic. Yo, that's great news. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he's getting so much love. Turner and Jasmine equal Jim and Dwight from The Office. Oh, they're showing off the punkatard finally. Oh god, she was twerking there for a second. that was definitely a choice. That was definitely a choice from Jasmine. You can see here we have our status of what's going on inside the house with Taylor as HOH. Got the two nominees right underneath them. Kyle with his veto, and everybody else. We'll try and on the fly update that when the groups are decided. So I'll try and split them so that we have a good idea of who's in which group. Oh god. The performance. Oh no. Oh, we missed the performance. They'll show it again. Oh, here it is. Joseph plugging his ears. Oh. Joseph just totally over it. They have not voted yet. No vote yet. We still even haven't seen the veto ceremony. That's how far we have to go still. We haven't even seen the actual veto ceremony yet. You starting rumors? Me? Who am I starting rumors? What happened? Uh-oh. Oh, this was, Brittany could hear it in the DR room. I mean, it was right outside. Oh, Jasmine looks like she's just having a blast. I guess the song is that she has to play as We Stink. Brittany on the drums. She was. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that would be so annoying, especially like middle of the night. Oh, the infamous pool table meeting. The actual pool table meeting where they all were like, hey, you know, should we use it? Should we not? I'm a little upset that they're not showing that Kyle went and threw Taylor under the bus, and that's why this meeting is even taking place. So anybody who didn't see the update, what I'm talking about is they had a meeting up in the HOH room. It was Kyle and Taylor alone, and then they were joined by others eventually. But they both kind of like, you know, settled on like, it's okay, you don't have to use it. Like, Kyle's like, I'll take the heat for it, right? Like, you thought I was going to use it, and you could have backdoored Monty. But I'll just say, like, I didn't use it, and you can just blame me, and, you know, I'll take all the heat. But immediately after that conversation, he went down and talked to Indy. Jasmine was there, and I think Alyssa was there as well, out in the hammock. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to... Like, I'm going to use it on you, but I'm getting weird feelings that, like, Alyssa might be a target. So he was, like, laying the seeds. And then they immediately went up to Taylor in the HOH room and were like, why is Kyle not going to use it? Which then kind of spun a whole new thing, and that's why this meeting around the pool table started to happen. Kyle is my nemesis, nothing worse than a bad lover. Listen, Kyle and Alyssa at this point have boinked maybe 5 times, 6 times, and he doesn't last that long. So they have, you know, boinked for less time than it took Nicolas Cage to steal cars. So that is a thing to keep in mind. Kyle and Alyssa, done in 60 seconds. Under a minute is bullshit. I don't know. Aphibia? Aphiba? I'm gonna struggle with that one. But I don't know. They do provide them sometimes. That is something that's happened in the past. I don't know about this situation. How's the episode so far? Just a lot of filler. We haven't gotten even to the actual veto meeting, which wasn't shown on last night's episode. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting on the good stuff. How does she keep agreeing to it? Alyssa said she's only his third. If he could only last 10 seconds with all of them, he's gonna need another decade to improve. Absolutely. He needs to do some training. I hear there's some pills you can get from a gas station that might help him, maybe. At least that's what John Jones said at one point. Oh, Michael wants the left. So I don't know if necessarily Michael wants them to break, but his plan right now is to be in the middle of the leftovers. He wants Kyle Turner to face off against Monty and Joseph. Only problem with that is I feel like Turner is more loyal to Monty and Joseph than he would be to Kyle. At least that's the impression I get from them with how they interact and how they hang out. Like, usually the people you hang out with more are the people you're closer with. Look at just the leftovers in general. They all like hanging out together in the HOH room, and they're upset when they can't. We are headed to our first commercial break of the evening. It's so awesome to hear the claps from the live audience. I wonder if the house guests even realize. I'm sure they have to be able to hear some of the crowd going off. But man, that's gonna be so much fun for them when they're heading on out. Next week, double Alyssa and Jasmine. Let's pray. That would be almost ideal scenario for the leftovers. Well, at least some of the leftovers. Glad live audience is back. Brandon is an old Spice model. Wait, Brandon? Who? Like, oh, are Brandon in chat right here? Is Brandon? Are you an Old Spice model? That's the rumor. That's the rumor I just heard in chat, Brandon. I hope Julie has Indy to perform one more song. I almost guarantee that's going to happen, right? When Julie says, let's go talk to the house guest, they're going to say, Indy, play, We Stink. And then she's going to have to get up front and play. Without those punishments, Indy would have no airtime for Indy. Yeah, Indy, Terrence are really lacking on airtime. If it wasn't for the showmance, Alyssa wouldn't be getting any airtime. I hope Turner gets HOH and takes out Jasmine. Want to hear his explanation in nominating Jasmine in the nom ceremony. Oh my God, that would be so good. Jasmine, I'm nominating you just because you're so unique. And I'm sorry I have to do this on your birthday month, in your birthday year. Yeah, it's just such a shame that I have to nominate you when it's your birthday so close. His nomination speech for nominating Jasmine would be amazing. Amazing. Turner could justify him nominating her just by making them play the What's Good About Her game. So before I say my nominations, I would like everyone to go around the table and tell me what you think of my nominees. Yeah, that is one of the best little feuds, most entertaining thing. That's gonna be the sad part, right? Like, I'll be happy when Jasmine's gone because I wouldn't have to see her on the feeds anymore. But losing that feud of Jasmine and Turner, that's going to be rough. While we're in commercial break here, just a few little links for you. If anybody wants to follow me over on Twitter, you can do so right here. You can click that link. You can head on over there, follow me on Twitter. Also have a Twitch as well. Let me pop that link into the chat here. I really want to get the Twitch back up and running. I took about like maybe a week and a half break from it. We've been focusing a lot here over on YouTube. Why don't I get back on Twitch this upcoming week and get that running? We also have a Discord as we're coming back from commercial break here. And you can join us over on the Discord. It's been a lot of fun getting to chat with all of you. We got a birthday celebration thing in there, so you can put your birthdays in, and we can get some nice little shout-outs for you on the updates. Here we are with the veto meeting. And then one more thing, I believe. If I do this, it should come up. Maybe. Possibly. Nightbot sometimes works. There it is. Nightbot worked. You can click that link. You can support the Ori Fund. It helps Oris everywhere. You can see we got a little meter right over here. And when that meter is filled, we will do a 24-hour stream over on Twitch. We did a 12-hour stream. That was amazing. And the actual 11th hour of it, we were ending with the formation of the Leftovers. It was the night the Leftovers formed. It was Joseph's 25th birthday, and it was amazing to watch. And really, it's been ever since then that things have just been blowing up. They made her perform in the veto meeting. They made her perform in the veto meeting. Unbelievable. Turner's face. Yeah, Turner's face says it all during this. He's just like... I had a great tweet from Jasmine's birthday party where he was gone, man. He was in his own head thinking, like, how do I get away? How do I get away from this? That was evil, BB. Definitely. Yeah, Turner's not amused. Not amused. Let's see. Why did you come up with the name Ori? Kind of a long story. But you know, that's my name. It's simple as that. The streams part, because I made it originally on Twitch. And I couldn't just do Ori. They needed more than 3 letters. So I was like, well, damn, what do I put? Well, people stream on Twitch, so I'll do Ori streams. And then for a long time, I didn't even stream. It got to the point where people were like, oh, do you stream? And I was like, nah. So I guess I might as well. Are we getting the fake fight? The fake or not fake fight? Ooh. Possibly. But they're stretching here. We'll see. Now that the meeting's over, we might actually get into the actual vote, but we'll see. It was real. You think the fight was real? I would totally lie about when my birthday is in the BB house. Oh, you wouldn't want to celebrate your birthday in the BB house? Or you would lie and say it's your birthday? I hope they show a little bit of the Jasmine's birthday. They might hold it off, but I could see them showing a little bit of it. It wasn't, she told him she was going to yell, but she was actually annoyed. Oh, that one! That's the fight you're talking... Yeah. So, I don't even know necessarily if it was like a fight or not, but like they said she made more of a scene. It doesn't seem like they made that was there at all. But she told Jasmine she knew the veto wasn't going to be used. Kyle told Jasmine that, like, oh, that was an act. So I guess we're not going to see that, but maybe we will. But yeah, that was all for show. By the way, this water bottle, Firelord in the chat, he got me this. Thank you, Firelord. I use it all the time. I thought it was going to be more dramatic. Me too, actually. Now I like remember, it's like, oh yeah, that was a thing that happened. That feels so long ago at this point. Like that feels like it was a week ago that happened. Oh, Jen, don't start with the hydrate. Oh no. Anybody who doesn't know, I was over on Twitch and there's like a hydrate command and I didn't have my water with me. I was like, oh no, I don't have it. So everybody started spamming the hydrate command. So then I was like, well, I guess I gotta hydrate a lot. So I ended up chugging like a whole Nalgene bottle full of water. And I would say I was very impressive with how quickly I was able to chug it down. Just, you know, I got some skills. Refill. Oh no, now you're all now you're all spamming out of it. See what you started, Jen. See what you started. Oh, now Terrence is coming on up. I don't know why they have to stretch this out so much. It would have been very simple. Very simple. The titty command. The titty command, I don't think works here. It works over on Twitch. It works over on Twitch. I think it was they just didn't show it. Yeah, they just didn't show it. And they seem to be moving past that, but now they're showing like a bunch of stuff that like it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter at this point. Like, just get to the vote. Just get to the vote at this point. Oh. Let's see. Miss anything? Kyle, yeah, I don't think he was like, you know, full on. Also, somebody there subscribing. I have to switch that. Let me make a note. Hold on. Where can I make a note here? New alert for on YouTube. There we go. Because it's the same alert for Twitch and YouTube subscribers, so I never know which one is happening. So I have to switch that. Follow Maria on Twitch to find out. Max. Oh no! What happened? What do you mean, Jen? Yeah, you gotta go for Twitch for the exclamation titties. God, Kyle thinks that. So yeah, and that's a thing, right? Is I don't blame him for the move, right? Like the move of being like, hey, Monty, Joseph, and Taylor are all big threats for me because I don't think I can beat them in the final. That is all fair game. My issue with it is how he is framing it, how he's going about it. He just keeps trying to make it seem like there's this big alliance going on that's being formed with them when that's not the case at all. It's just not. Like, from everything I know, Joseph, like, doesn't even have a final two. Like, he doesn't even have a final two. Monty's only final two, like, we could bring up the alliance chart. Monty's only final two is with Kyle. It's with Kyle. Like, his like, and that's the thing, right? Like, he keeps like, yeah, there's this big like alliance, right? Like, all right, well, if that was happening, right? Well, before last week when Daniel went, 2 women of color went. Oh, also, Terrence was nominated this week. She didn't want to nominate Jasmine, but then again, that was also just kind of like her personal thing that she didn't want to come into the game and do that. She doesn't have a problem with her leaving. She just doesn't want to be the reason she goes home. It's not this big, complicated thing. He's just super paranoid. And the more he kind of drags on about it and goes about it this way, the more I kind of think like, all right, this is how he actually feels. And it's not just him being paranoid. But I don't know. It's, again, and it's one of those things that even the cookout members themselves have all kind of said it was their worry after the season that it was going to affect other players going forward, and they hope that it wasn't going to be this like stigma that gets dragged along. It'd be like if someone went into the house and they were like, every year there's a girls' alliance and I want to get all the girls out. It's like, it literally, those alliances don't even work half the time. Like, the cookout was a very specific situation, and it's the only reason it actually worked. And really, the cookout almost fell apart several times. They were one of the few that actually made it. Anytime these alliances are ever made where it's just like people coming together because they're like, oh, we're all girls, or we're all this, or, you know, we're all the guys, they always end up falling apart because the people don't get along that way. They just don't. The cookout was a very unique situation that literally I think can only happen one time, and it was so close to falling apart so many times. I just literally just think about each person that was in this house, right? And if they had tried to do a cookout, like if these people were the cast last season and they tried to do a cookout, it would have been over week 2. It would have been over. They would have blown each other's games up. It wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't. Every person that goes in the house is different. Every season is different. Every person is got a unique gameplay. You can't base everything you do on past seasons. I literally just had a quote. What's happening on this episode right now. Someone in the comments was like, you need to be honest with your updates. I was like, it's literally what he said. It's literally the words that came out of his mouth. Like, I don't know what you guys want. Sometimes, like, I don't know what you want. It's like, do you want me to report what's actually happening in the house? Hey. And I think most of you know, I'm, at this point, very fair with all of my treatment of the house guests, right? I feel like it's only right to judge them on what actually happens, right? I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I try and do everything very fair and unbiasedly. But whew, some people, man, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They probably had to because BB Twitter. Oh, what did I miss? I missed something. The Coca also said like 3 or 4 of the house guests, the more than not, just saved each other from going home rather. So, and right, that's actually a pretty good point, right? They didn't actually like focus on targeting. It was more about like saving each other than anything else, and a refusal to put each other up. And there's a big difference between working together and then targeting someone specifically for something, right? Like there's a big difference between that. And I don't know if a lot of people understand that, right? This isn't like Kyle misspoke for once. He's been on this for a long time, even with others. So that's my point, Jen, is once, okay, he's paranoid. Twice, all right, he needs to get over it. 3 times, this is how he feels. At this point, it's like 4 or 5 times that he's brought it up, and he just keeps bringing it up. And again, I don't think if he went, yeah, like, I can't, and he has said this, I can't beat Monty, Taylor, and Joseph in the finals. That's fair to target them for that. But he's purposely using what happened last season as his, like, see? It happened last season. And it's like, come on. You don't have to be like that. There's no reason to even go there. Because it's not happening. It's not even true. I don't know. Or you look like a fresh baked apple pie. You're prettier than a chicken wing in an air fryer. Well, the one I really liked was you look more delicious than a rack of ribs. Brick checked him on it, and yeah. So Sharon, that was the thing that happened last night. Was, well, Wednesday night, technically Thursday morning. You know what I mean. That was the conversation they just showed on the episode. Them in the bathroom, where she was like, I don't feel comfortable if that's where the line is drawn and that's the way the group separates. Like, I can't do that. I can't. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I was like, yeah, it's a fine line. It's like, no fine line. Like, it's not a fine line. You look as good as a fresh Wawa sizzling. Jen, you're sweeter than a Thanksgiving gobbler bowl. Get that cranberry sauce. What are they showing to us now? How can we not just get to the vote at this point? Oh, they're done with Terrence's tattoos. It seems like nobody wants to see him get inked up. Nobody cares. We finally found some people in the backyard. I want to see, because like some of these I've seen up close. I know he's got a Zingbot one. There's one about like Kylan's in there. There's a lower back tattoo that says "But first." So I'm excited to see what some of these are. I wish they would release like the special edition Big Brother ones they made. He eventually he ends up looking like Post Malone here by the time he gets all these on. Let's see. What time is the announced? So yeah, the Twitch split should happen in the second hour. Don't know exactly when they're gonna tell them. Oh, the Wax Street Boys. Shout out to Johnny Mac. Free the Zing. He's got some sunglasses on his face. What's that one? I didn't see what that one was. There's a full-on Zing bot. Giant bestie on his face. Oh, there's the butt first. The butt first. That's a good one. That's a good one, BB. 50 tattoos. He had to get 182 of them for a little throw on to Blink 182. They're calling it Ink 182. Oh, that is a cool one. It's like the old school. Oh, it's not even on his face there at that point. It was like the old school Big Brother logo with like the little house on his neck. That was a cool one. I was like the logo up until maybe season 7, season 8, somewhere around there. They switched it. Might have even been later. Not a tramp stamp, right? Yeah, me too, Rochelle. I miss that old logo. You know what always blew my mind? So Big Brother, especially internationally, they all use the eye logo. There's kind of that Big Brother eye. Big Brother Canada it's there's a giant one in the house. BB included it prominently, all in their logos. Australia uses it. But Big Brother US doesn't. They kind of had it a little bit early seasons, but it's never been anything that they've stuck with. And what's crazy about that is when you think Big Brother US is on CBS, and what's CBS's logo? It's an eye. I just hit my microphone. It just makes sense. Use the eye logo. I don't know. Illuminati. Yes, Big Brother and CBS, they're all the Illuminati, and they just don't want to. They don't want to connect that too much. They don't want to. They don't want to connect it. Marsha the Moose, yes. It's been a while since she wasn't on for a while, and then eventually they brought her back. I say she. It's played by a guy, but I think Marsha's supposed to be a female moose. I assume. Maybe it's so the logos don't get confused. Yeah, that makes kind of sense. But also, it's like, it would be like, I don't know, kind of brand synergy? I don't know. But yeah, I guess, getting it confused. But it's like, what are you going to confuse it for? Your network and the show? It's like, they're the same, right? Sometimes, though, network executives aren't the brightest, the brightest bulbs. Oh, so they're all trying to lose chess subtly. So that was always kind of my strategy if I ever was in the house. Like, I know how to play chess, but here's my problem. Like, I know how to play, but, like, I'm only, like, so good. And it feels like every time I teach someone how to play chess, they end up getting way better than me very quickly. So that would be my strategy. It's like, yeah, I'll teach you how to play, and then have them beat me. So they're like, I'm like, man, you're just so good. But really, they are just beating me. Oh, great. Now we're getting the 7th Kyle and Alyssa breakup that doesn't break up. And then they end up boinking afterwards. Yeah, can we skip this? I'm with you, Tara. I'm with you. I'm more of a Chinese. Me too, RJ. J. Ray. Me too, J. Ray. Who's eating Lay's? Everybody got your Lay's? I cannot play chess. Been taught like 10 times, and I can't remember the moves. It's just simple, the bishop goes diagonal, the knight goes in an L, queen can go anywhere. The king can't do anything without his queen. It's like life. What happened while you were gone? Lots of filler. Kyle and Alyssa are breaking up, but they're not breaking up. And then they're going to boink. It's just a lot of filler this episode. Tiffany, you're right. This is 100% all filler until we get to the eviction and then the twist. That's when everything fun's going to happen. It's so rich. I'm more of a Connect 4 lady. I'm just wondering if their parents are super proud. Well, the last I've heard, and I haven't seen any updates to it, was Kyle's mom was not a fan. That's the last I heard. We not the pre-sex combo. At least they cut away. They didn't have to torture us with that. Oh, still working, Artie. Well, glad you stopped by and said hi anyway. Let's see. It's amazing that so much happens in the house, and they still manage to make the episode boring. Right? Just so much filler that we don't need. We just don't need it. As much as I despise the showmance, it does help to know it's even worse for Kyle's mom. I played my dad for 3.5 years until I had him move from one move from checkmate. He turned the board over. Majestic, that's awesome. That is awesome. Just finally getting there, and he's just like, nah. Remember, I'm in charge. This is my house. Just a full power move. Kyle doesn't need a girlfriend. He needs a job. So that's the funny part too, is Alyssa called him out for that. Oh, we've got the fancy and skid costumes that Taylor and Joseph had to wear. I got a little bit of a bone to pick. Because if anybody knows Sid and Nancy, Nancy is not from New York. She's not. Just, it's not a thing. So the fact that Taylor has to speak in a New York accent, not exactly what's up. I did with Jasmine. I showered. Oh boy. Yes, Karen. She's from Philly. Yes. So they were definitely a very what's the best word for it? Destructive relationship. I truly believe, honestly though, that Sid wouldn't have lived as long as he did without her. Like, I think, like, she was good for him, and then the way it ended, like, obviously not a happy ending. So for that to be the basis that they do this costume on is a little like, huh? Exactly. Like, it ended fatally. Like, just completely destroyed. And for that to be like a joke on the show, it seems to me like someone in production went, oh, who's a famous punk rock like duo? And someone's like, oh, what were their names? Sid and Nancy? Like, wasn't that like a thing? I think I saw a Gary Oldman movie about it, right? And then like they're just like, yeah, that works. What do we can do about them? Well, Sid was, from the UK, so we could have one of them speaking a British accent. And, I don't know, Nancy, I think, was from, like, New York. So they didn't do, like, any research at all. They just did this. This performance would make me ask to be evicted. I think they listened to Butter. J-Ray, yeah. Oh my God. Sugar, baby. That is one of like the worst but best songs ever. They just yeah, the Sid and Nancy. They're that song Butterfly. Who sings that song? Is it? I wanted to say O-Town, but it's not O-Town. I think O-Town did the one that was Liquid Dreams, which was about having a wet dream about Janet Jackson, I think. Who sang Butterfly? What band was that? She fetched her, forfeited her stipend. Yeah, so Indy, I'm assuming that's what you guys were all talking about. Indy has said that if she gets evicted, she wouldn't go to jury and she would quit. And if she did that, she would forfeit all of her stipend. They might even like charge her for stuff, right? Like, there's a lot of things that they'll do that cost the show money. So in a way, she'd be wasting resources that way. So not only would she forfeit her money, there's a chance that she would end up owing CBS money. I don't know 100% like how the contracts are all worded, but at the very least, she wouldn't get any of her money. She would forfeit all of that by quitting, especially in the jury phase. I feel like that's one too where like if you get the jury and you quit, they're like, and on top of that, she would never, ever, not that I think she ever would, but 100% would lose any opportunity to ever come back. Ever. Does Indy know she's going home? I think at this point she does, or at the very least, they know it's going to be close. and it's going to be like a 4-4. And then she's like, maybe I could go home, but it's not actually going to be close. I assume she's going to get maybe 1 vote, maybe 2 or 3, depending if Jasmine and Alyssa do vote for her or not. So we'll see how it all goes. Crazy Town did Butterfly. That's right. That's why I wanted to say O-Town. I knew it was Town. Why are they still in costume? So Taylor and Joseph, theirs ended last night, so they're not in costume anymore. But Indy and Terrence, they both had it for a week long thing. Like Indy's is for a whole week, whereas Taylor and Joseph, it was just like a 48-hour situation. And it is tradition, actually, that if you're wearing a costume punishment on eviction night and you're on the block, you're going home. It always seems to work out that way, that if you're wearing a costume on eviction night, you're most likely going home. I think it might have been, there was one person that I think did survive with a costume on. And it was like, oh, well, they broke it. But for the most part, if you're in a costume, you're probably headed home. I mean, it makes sense for Joe not to be in costume for 24 hours because he's like chained to Taylor. So they did get like bedwear, sleepwear, which, look, what's the most punk rock thing but pajamas? Right, so they had that, but they let them like disconnect to go to the bathroom and the DR, take the showers and stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely a thing. Is there still filler? Yes, I think we might actually be getting to the vote now, though. Yes, we're finally talking to the house guests now. Give you guys a little sync up. You guys get a little peek inside.
Rihanna, yes, I do hear she is.
Everybody all dressed up nice.
So hopefully she's watching right now.
Taylor looking good.
All right,
Jasmine looks like she's wearing something way too big. That looks like she's wearing her dad's sport coat because she was cold.
It at a minimum.
That is a very oversized jacket. Did they get to choose who she was chained to? I believe she did, and she chose Joseph. They thanked Rihanna. They were they were talking about Rihanna. I think Monty said something about, it's like, hey, maybe we'll stay at her house. That's not gonna happen, guys. God is not gonna let you stay at her house. She likes Big Brother, but she doesn't like it that much. She's not Todrick. He cut himself on the feeds. Uh-oh, what happened? It looks like Monty got a haircut. Oh, yeah, he might have cut himself, give himself a little trim. Oh, it does actually. Yeah. It does look like he trimmed his hair up. He's looking good. Which they're only allowed to do on Thursdays. Like, they don't like them to change their appearance too much during the week because they have to edit all the different stuff. So if they have like different looks throughout the week, it's like, what are you doing? With a vote from 9-0. I think it's going to be because what is it? It's 8 people voting. So I think it's going to end up being 7-1, maybe 6-2, 5-3. Something like that. Do y'all even realize how iconic Jasmine is? I start to like how annoying she is. She is a little annoying. That is for sure. Uh-oh. I was just talking about the skin and fancy thing. I thought it was going to be something else. I was like, oh, what are they saying? No. So much filler. She is committed to her nonsense. Yeah, that is true. She does. So Rochelle, that is a thing. There was a lot of talk and chatter about Joseph over the past few days, especially it was last night, because he was laying hints that he might be interested in somebody that was unavailable. But I'm pretty sure that was just to kind of dispel the faux-mance thing, because Taylor and Joseph have been trying to separate from that fake showmance they were doing. And it had the girls all up in a twist. They were like, who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? And Jasmine got so upset with Indy when she was like, well, it's not you. She was like, why couldn't it be me? I saw the feeds. Alyssa might start flirting too. Oh, boy. I've been watching since season 1. That's crazy. They did. Dr. Drew was there. Paramount Plus has all seasons. Sorry, going off topic. I don't remember a lot of that stuff. I remember the pug, Chiquita the pug. And I remember Chicken George threatening he's like, why don't we all just leave? What are they gonna do if we all just walk out? That was good. But yeah, I did watch it back then. I've never gone back and watched the first season though, since it aired originally. But yeah, that's when I first started watching Big Brother. Jasmine was so pissed that yeah, she was like, what do you mean it couldn't be me? What do you mean? That brings us to another commercial break. We still have an hour left to go in the episode. Whew. Dang, Brandon, chill. Chill, yo, chill. We want to see the twist, not filler. Exactly. Yeah, Chicken George almost led a revolt. It was amazing. I watched the first season back and it was boring. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I never went back to watch it, because it's not the same thing, right? Like, there's no HOH, there's no nominating of people, really. It was just all the public vote on, who gets to stay. It's fun, like, in the moment and watching it once, but it's not something I would then, like, go back and watch the whole thing again. He's a spry 69 years old. Yeah. That's that's where I am. They had to earn their own. Yeah, they did. The food competitions, like the food budget. And if they didn't do as well in the competitions, they wouldn't get as good of food. So yeah, that was a whole thing. I missed the key wheel as well, and food comps. And I have a little bit different of a take on the food competitions. So, yes, do I think slop really matters at the end of the day? No. Like, slop and being a have-not doesn't really matter. But what can happen, and I think it's something that the modern Big Brother is missing, is it used to be a scenario where they would split into teams, right? And like one half would, be playing against the other half, and whoever lost would be the have-nots, and they'd have to eat like peanut butter and jelly all week. They'd have to take cold showers, right? The whole have-not scenario. And what ended up happening with that was it would cause a lot of infighting between the house guests, because they would blame the people on their team for losing. Like Big Brother 10, one of the best fights was when Rennie thought she was being called old because they were on the team for the have-not competition. And you better not! Like, we miss those stuff, right? And I feel like that is that little extra that can just, like, throw a little crack into alliances and make people agitated with each other and give us more interesting storylines that would progress forward. Didn't start watching until Legend Dan won his first one. That is the season I'm talking about, Big Brother 10. It's inappropriate. Rennie is an icon. Rennie 100% is an icon. We need more Rennie characters in Big Brother. What's your favorite season? Mine, I'd have to say, I haven't watched 1, but 10, 2, 7, 3, 9. Oh, BB Can 9, 4. Those are all pretty good lists. That's a pretty good list, Brandon. Are we giving more filler? Seriously? Seriously? We're getting more filler. He's got so many tattoos on him already. We've seen this. We don't need more. Still have to give 3 more calls. Have they voted that? No, they haven't voted yet. They haven't voted yet. Oh. Right? Like, CBS, please, what are you doing? You're turning what should have been an hour episode with a twist and an eviction into a 2-hour episode for no reason. Definitely some of the tattoos have worn off. Like, he had like a much bigger festy bestie thing on his cheek, but that has worn off. 182. Oh, Jasmine's birthday. Here we go. Turner just having a blast. Everybody's counting down and celebrating. The tiny little hats. Turner just straight like over it. 100% over it. They give her the Toasted Oats cereal box as a card. What time do they vote, and when do we find out the twist? So it should be soon, but they keep giving us so much filler. So much filler on this this episode. I love Turner. He struggled so hard to think of 2 things. 2 things he liked about her. This is good filler. Should have skipped the first hour and just went with this. Just show us this. This is good stuff. Turn daddy. Oh, man. Okay, Chad, 2 things you love about... Yeah, 2 things you love about me. Artie, I love how you type and how unique your chats are. Unbelievable. That was the most awkward birthday ever. Jasmine and her Eddie Munster eyebrows. Turner for the win. Also, Uri, what are your 2 favorite things about me? Brandon, I love how you are a Old Spice model. We found that out today. And how you have no judge on how old someone is. That is 2 things. 2 things I love about you, Brandon. You're welcome, Brandon. You're You're welcome. Wow, they put the campaign thing part in the mod. Yeah, they just are so weird with this edit right now. Absolutely so weird. I love you like Danielle Reyes. Wait, you love me like Danielle Reyes? Because I love Danielle Reyes. She's still one of my absolute favorites. I always kind of say, like, if they had to make a Mount Rushmore for, like, BB players, obviously, like, Dan and Will are up there. I think you have to put Derek up there because I don't want to say he completely changed the game, but he ran a large alliance like no one else had before. And I think Danielle is that fourth one kind of up there. She was the second best great player that we've seen. And that was when they actually had a veto that was involved as well, which it was a game changer. Will didn't have to worry about a veto. I mean, he was on the block all the time, but I still think Danielle, if the only reason she didn't win was they showed her diary room sessions and the jury didn't get to be sequestered like they are today. I meant awkward. She was robbed. She 100% was robbed, Rochelle. I agree. Unpopular opinion, Danielle still would have lost even if they sequestered her. I don't think so. Because the only reason they didn't like her was because of what they saw from her diary room sessions. That was like the big thing they kept pushing at her, was that. Hey, you never know, right? Like, you never know. But, like, when that's the one thing they keep pointing to as why she didn't win, well, I think she kind of runs away with it if she gets there and they sequester the jury. If they don't see those diary room sessions, like her putting up the devil horns, that was huge for them. Like, they literally were like, you were one way to us and then you were another way in the diary room. So if they don't see that, I don't know. It would be closer, but that's my opinion. I just think Lisa would have just very well liked, and had a better. So true, but I think the jury was bitter, not because they were voted out, but because of that. Like, I think the reason why she was more liked and they were so bitter and didn't give it to the best player is because of the diary room sessions, right? Like, if they didn't see those, would they have been as bitter, and would they have voted for the best game player or just who they liked better? And that's always a tough decision with Big Brother, right? Like, do you go for who you like better or who played the better game? And a lot of that has to do with jury management, but she was handicapped in the fact that she couldn't even manage the jury because she didn't even think about, like, oh, they're going to see the diary rooms, right? Like, that wasn't even a thought process in anything she was doing. So it's tough. It's definitely a coulda, shoulda, woulda, who knows what would have happened, but I could see it being closer. I 100% could. She definitely doesn't lose by the vote she does. Definitely doesn't lose by the vote she does. Because that vote should not have been that lopsided. Episode is way too long. I agree. Steve? I don't know if he goes on Mount Rushmore, but I do think Steve doesn't get as much credit as he probably deserves. Because at the end of the day, if he doesn't do the move he does, Vanessa wins, right? So what's your opinion on Andy as a player? Honestly, I think he didn't get a good enough edit for many people to appreciate what he was doing. But he was, like, if you watch the feeds in, what was that, BB15, he was everywhere. He was all over that house, getting all the information he could. He would always give it to the other side exactly what they needed to hear to keep himself safe and move his own personal game forward. So yeah, I think he did an amazing job, but he doesn't get the credit he kind of deserves. I understand why some people don't like that style of gameplay, but it doesn't take away how good it was. It was very impressive. I don't know if I agree with a lot of his stances now on how the game is played, but sometimes I do. It's hit or miss with his current opinions on things, but on his season, I think he did very well. Oof. Nicole F. top 10. I mean, to be fair, she won. She got to a final 3. And I think I'll give you this. I don't think she's top 10, but I do think she is, up there on skill in Big Brother, and it's why I rank Derek so high as he is. A lot of people say, "Oh, Derek had an easy cast." Well, I mean, technically there's, 3 winners from that season now, right? So was it really that weak of a cast? I don't think so. I think it was Derek noticed how good she was and took her out early before she could do anything. The best BB player? Oof. I think overall, I have to give it to Dan, but it's really a 1A, 1B scenario with Dan and Will. Just because their games are so different, but also similar in many ways. It's hard to really decide like who's best of the both of them. And then I would put Derek at 3rd, mainly because I think Derek's the better player, but he's never played twice to be able to prove it, right? And I don't think he ever will. Like, I don't think Derek will play again unless it's an all-winner season. I honestly don't think he'll do it. Which kind of hurts his legacy a bit for me, right? Like, if you go in again and prove that you're worthy of it. And so Herm, that's kind of the thing, right? Where there's an argument for Cody being better, right? He won and came second. He's got a better record than Derek does overall. And Cody actually did what Derek almost did. Derek almost had what was called a perfect game. Never nominated, had no votes against him. The only time he ever was in danger of going home was the final 3 HOH. Because he didn't win it. Cody won it. Who had the perfect game that was never nominated? Cody. But the argument also is he played Derek's game, but again, Derek's game was Derek and Cody's game. They go hand in hand. So it's tough. Finally getting to the vote. Oh my goodness, we're finally getting to the vote. It's an hour and 15 minutes into the episode. We're finally getting to the vote. Oh.
First, I would like to say
Here we
hi
go.
to my family and friends and to my
Indy doing a
love.
little speech.
I love you guys so much and I miss you guys a lot. House guests, my roommates. It's an honor for me to be a Latina in this country, and it's an honor to be the first Brazilian in this show. I came 9 years ago from Brazil, from a favela to America with dreams on my luggage. That's it. That was all. And here, those dreams brought me here to meet you guys, that I love you guys so much. So now I would like to have your vote so we can keep dreaming.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that off because that's a lot of nothing. That's a lot of nothing. It was just vote for me. It's, it is, a first to be the first Brazilian player in the game. But I mean, I don't know. It just wasn't much of a speech.
See 182 on me is giving me 182
See, Terrence.
reasons to want to be here. And I've been the same person day one walking in this house. Consistency is going to be I feel what you're going to need going through this game, and that's me. So I hope you vote for your boy.
Thank you, Terrence.
At least he kept it simple. He kept it nice and simple. That's a lot of that's a lot of nothing. Lots of words, not really anything behind them. June was a very good player. 100%. June was also a very, very good player. Monty, the first one here, casting his vote. I think we know where it's going to end.
I vote to evict Indy.
As one for Indy. As one for Indy. It only takes 5. Michael should vote to keep Terrence. Or should vote to keep Indy.
I vote to evict Terrence.
Yeah, he voted for Terrence. That was kind of the plan going forward, but now it's only about will Jasmine and Alyssa vote for Indy or Terrence. Those are the only other ones I could see voting for her. Joseph up next.
Hello, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I sadly vote to evict Indy.
That is one more for Indy. 2-1 in favor of Indy going home. Are they seriously going to commercial right now? They're going to go to commercial again. This show just doesn't want to let it go. They just don't want to just let it play out. Fly, Eagles, fly. That is right. Sorry, my bad, wrong chat. No, yeah, you're good. You're good, Mars. You're more than welcome to show your support for the Eagles up in there. They do that a lot. They do that a lot. They could have gone, given us 2 sweet hour twisty, right? They couldn't given us that, but instead we had to sit here for so much filler. So much filler. It's like, And so apparently we're getting an HOH competition that's going to take place, and that's how they'll split the house. But I just don't know how this is all going to work. Who do you think is the worst Big Brother winner? Ooh. Worst Big Brother winner. Who's the worst Big Brother winner? I don't think Josh deserved to really win it all. I feel like Paul lost it more than Josh won. Trying to like go down the list, like Steve, you know, he deserved it. 17 and 16 was Derek. 15 was Andy. 14 was Rachel, right? No. 14 was Ian. 13 was Rachel. 12 was 12 was Hayden? Yeah. 11 I mean, maybe Jordan. Because, like, her game was very dependent on Jeff. Adam from 9. I don't think Adam actually was that bad, though. Right? The season overall wasn't great. But I don't think he was that bad. We got a bunch of new, I'm not sure if they were the subscribers or the followers. Again, I have to change that, the alert so I know the difference. Yeah. I'm not a fan of. I was not a fan of BB21 at all. Or you should be on Ethan Mel's BB Jeopardy. I would probably do very, very well on that show. I know there's a lot of people that always say they're like a walking BB encyclopedia. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to being one. I've seen every season. I could know like all the big moments from them. Do I remember everything? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think I do pretty well. I do pretty well. Adam's gameplay was somewhat. Again, it wasn't great, but also it wasn't, I don't think, the worst. Yeah. There's a few that you could make arguments for. Like he's definitely on the lower tier. 100% in the lower tier. Prettier than a country fried steak.
Vote to evict Indy.
Thank you.
Okay. They voted for Indy. That means that Alyssa should probably vote for Indy as well. Which is good for Joseph in the long run.
Vote to evict Indy.
Thank you.
She went Indy as well. It's good for Joseph in the long run for them to vote out Indy because it takes some of the heat off of him. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Brittany up next.
I sadly vote to evict Indy.
Also for Indy. Seems like she's just going to get the one vote. Michael will be the only one. Turner up in.
Hey, Julie.
Please cast your vote to evict.
I vote to evict Indy.
Thank you.
I love.
All right. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, Kyle. Let's see what he does.
Indy.
Thank you.
He also voted to evict Indy. Your streaming is kind of delayed. There's always a little bit of a delay between like watching it live. So like from when I see it and then it's broadcast to you guys, there's a slight delay. Yeah. Not instant. It's not instant. Jasmine Rifle 2 looks so bad. I'm sad Indy is going. Yeah. Someone had to. Someone had to. Indy's like, get me out of this damn costume. She wants out of it. She gives her hugs all around. She's going out classier than Nicole or Daniel went out. Giving the hugs. I don't think there's anyone she's not gonna hug. It would have been funny if she didn't hug Kyle because he didn't use the veto. Let's see here. As she makes her way on out, how the crowd reacts, and also how the house guests react to the crowd. You know what? Indy going out with a lot of class here. She says, I hope you regret it, but you'll have a friend. I like that. I can respect that. I can respect that. Had to get a nice long speech in there for her. There she is, making her way on out with a live crowd.
Sorry, guys.
Just some gentle claps. Some gentle applause. Indy has been evicted. I wasn't prepared for her memory wall photo. Another commercial. Oh my goodness. Oh my. As we get somebody who came on in. I'm not sure if that was a subscription or a follow, but thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. We need to take Indy and move her up here to join the others. Whoa. Doing this on the fly because I was ill prepared. And then we'll paste the layer style. Oh, we have to do this too. That. We'll do. Oh, nope. Here we go. We'll do that. And we'll do that. And that. There we go. Get rid of this. Whoa. That's not what we want either. Come on, Photoshop. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. We'll move this over and this over. And we can save that, and that should update. There we go. Indy's added to the memory wall. She's grayed out. And then I can use this as well as we have to separate the house guests here as we kind of figure out how they're even going to do this with who's going to end up going into which group. We have no clue how this is going to go. Uh-oh. Let's see here. There. And we can move Taylor down here for now. There we go. That works. We can move people around as we need to go. Maybe an RV in the backyard. That's an option. There's a possibility where maybe they just separate them like upstairs and downstairs. There's a possibility where they have this like other little like studio location that's nearby that they used for a couple of competitions in the past few years. That might be an option. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. Maybe the order of elimination in the HOH comp. That's a way that they could do it. Interview, commercial, then split teams in HOH. That's probably where it's going to be. This is a 2-hour show with an hour and a half commercials. 100%. Is your internet going down again? No, I think my internet's good. I think we're good. I think we're live. I think we're so good. The RV was something I didn't consider. It's possible. No split teams this episode. Jasmine's birthday after. Yeah. They're like, listen, guys, we're just gonna go to commercial break. We're just gonna show you Jasmine's birthday party again. What a waste of 2 hours. Yeah, this was a bad episode. While we're here in our commercial break, let's get just a couple little links for everybody here in chat. So first off, I haven't been over there very much recently, but we do have a Twitch. You can go follow me over on Twitch. I kind of want to get that up and running more. I kind of took a little bit of time off there, especially just because there was so much happening here over on YouTube with the updates and the watch-alongs and all that. So I wanted to kind of focus in and really give attention to all of you, because I can't thank you all enough for how much support I've been shown over the past few weeks. I really appreciate it. But we do want to get Twitch up and running again. And oh my, who is this here? giving us a nice super chat, or at the super thanks, is that S Part. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We also have a Twitter. You can follow me over on Twitter. I'm usually posting pretty much everything that's going on in the Ori universe. A lot of live feed updates and stuff like that. When I'm watching it, I'll kind of tweet along with it, so you can get some funny stuff out of there as well. You can also join the Discord. Let me put this in here. It's been a lot of fun getting to interact with all of you guys over there. You can post your birthdays in there. We have a whole birthday channel. Anything else that you guys got going on you want to share, whether it's pet photos, selfies, whatever you want to put, you could throw it up in the Discord. Video games you're playing at the moment, join the conversation over there. And then also we have the Ori Fund. Should come up eventually from Nightbot, but the Ori Fund helps support Oris everywhere around the world, and when we do reach the goal, we will do a 24-hour stream over on Twitch, so you can click that link in chat to support it. While I've been talking, Indy's doing her interview, but honestly, I don't care much about what her interview says. Oh, why? Who cares at this point? I want to see the twist. That's what we're here for. Show us the twist. Indy is about to find out she had no alliance. Do you think Grodner will be on the show for much longer? Honestly, she will be the producer as long as she wants to be, probably. Unless the viewerships tank for some reason, they feel the need to switch it up, she will be the producer. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, no one cares what Indy has to say. She was a floater, no strategy, but yeah, no strategy at all. I wouldn't even call her a floater. So there's a difference between floater and coaster. It's something that I actually want to give Taylor credit for. She may not have been a fan coming into the show. She only watched like one season, but she did a lot of research on it. She learned a lot of the history, and she knows the difference between a floater and a coaster. A floater is someone who will go between each side of the house, make deals, play both sides. Joseph is a great example of a floater right now. He's more loyal to the leftovers, but he's playing that floater style game, right? A coaster is literally something you put on the table to make sure that drinks don't ruin it. They're objects. They don't do anything in the house. They sit there and do nothing. That is a coaster. Coaster and floaters, much different. Much different. Per diem fan, I do like per diem, but also that is just common knowledge. If you're a Big Brother fan and you want to call yourself a super fan, you need to know the difference between a coaster and a floater. It's just very simple. Very simple. The 10 seconds is going to come up again. Yeah. Julie, please take pity on us. We do not care. 100, right, Jen? We don't care. Oh, we got some goodbye messages. Alyssa, I don't care what you have to say to her. Terrence is a human plant. He's just the human plant sitting in the house. Make sure somebody feeds and waters him. And same, Rochelle. I just want to hear about the split. I bet how they that how they know the split. I think I missed that. Chat went too fast. Chat went too fast before I could read that. I usually think floater has a bad connotation, to be honest. Maybe because of Andy or something. So yeah, at some point the floater definition changed for a lot of fans. But anybody who's been following like since the very beginning knows the idea that floating is legitimate strategy, right? Like there's nothing wrong with being a floater. Coasting, right? Just kind of getting to the end is not what you want. Jasmine is both. She has a talent for kissing each HOH is at. That's you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Another commercial for oh boy. Terrence is going to the end up in the final three because they forgot he's there yet. It's like, oh shit, we never got rid of Terrence. Has anybody seen him recently? Has anyone ever seen Biodome? Anybody ever seen Biodome? Terrence is gonna end up like in like the basement somewhere of the house, hiding. He's gonna grow a huge beard and just show up at the end, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's him." Michael just joshed the exit there. Oh, are we getting the twist? Are we getting the twist here? She's calling them all to the living room. Alrighty. Uh-oh.
Game is about to completely change. You are about to experience a week of Big Brother like it has never been played in over 20 years of this game. Get ready for the split house twist.
Real creative name, by the way.
Well, this week there will be
They're all like, huh?
2 games of Big Brother being played.
Or like, what? One HOH will live inside the house. Oh no. My browser just like decided to restart on me. The chat like disappeared for a second. Thought my internet was going down. So are they just living in the whole backyard? Like, do they have like a roof over their head? Or are they just camping it? Let the feeding frenzy begin. Big Brochella and Dire Fest. Like Coachella and Firefest. Wait a second. Is Firefest the one living outside? They just get cheese sandwiches. Tell me they're just getting cheese sandwiches. They are shocked. They are in shock right now. Oh, please don't let them choose. Please don't let them choose how they split. Direfest is outside. That works. That works. I'm for that. Looks like she's got a poopers up. Yep. They were all like, what? Oh, it's knockout. We're getting knockout. Oh. That's a hell of a game to play right before this. That's a hell of a game to play right before this. So anybody, if you're not aware what knockout is, 2 people start. Whoever gets the answer right then chooses the next 2 people to go up and play. And by doing that, it shows your cards a lot of the times. Like, it lets people know who's working together and who's not. This was a thing where we talked about the cookout earlier. This was where a lot of people should have realized what was going on. was when Knockout took place and the Cookout were the only ones left. They were the only ones on the side. Everybody else was out of the competition. And it's their own damn fault after that. If you don't realize who all the people left are in an alliance, like, you should have realized. But Knockout is a great competition to have here. Because especially going into this, right? Like, if Kyle shows his cards too much and he puts up like Monty and Joseph to be a Knockout, that could really turn on him, and then he's the one who ends up being targeted as they go forward. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe a Doug question, but are the comps and twists decided on before the season or as the season goes on? So there's some debate. There's some debate about that. I'm of the belief that 99% of all the twists are decided before the season starts. Many of them involve too much planning and decisions to be made about. However, there are some examples of twists that have been added that seem a little too convenient. Maybe one of the best examples is we mentioned earlier Rachel during BB13. It was almost set in stone that her and Jordan were going to be in trouble. And the moment they were, yep, BB13, Pandora's box. Yep, Pandora's box was open. And they brought the duos twist back, which allowed Jordan and Rachel to be together in a team. And then not only that, they brought back a competition which Rachel had previously crushed, where you had to hold on to, I think it was a banana. And I think the banana might have been, or at least that competition was from her previous season, or it was from that season. That one I don't remember if it was the same competition in the season or not. But that was like, all right, that almost felt like it was a setup to keep Rachel and Jordan safe and give Rachel the best possible chance of winning. But that's maybe the most extreme example of it. So we'll see. Coup d'etat, right? Coup d'etat is a thing that you could say maybe they made up just as a way to save Jeff that time. There was the Diamond Power of Veto. You could say maybe that was one too. And like we never will know 100% for sure. You can speculate. But I do believe 90% of what happens is all like set up beforehand. Like they have a really good idea. It's like, oh, it will be fun if we do this twist or we do this, and oh, it would be cool if we brought it back or whatever. But it's debatable. It's definitely debatable. No proof either way. Oh yeah, the America's play. Yeah, without that, Dick doesn't win. Yeah, Dick does not win. Without the America's twist. And even to the point, like, I don't know all the details, but I have a very good source that have told me there's even more that we've never heard about that Eric cannot talk about. And that's what he can't talk about, when he's already talked and said they told him he couldn't use it because there wasn't time to get a vote. It's like, not cool. Not cool. Because 100%, Dick does not win. Does not win without America's player. Easy, don't get knocked out. What's your favorite BB twist? Ooh. It's tough. That's tough because most twists suck. Most of them suck. All right, we got knockout. Brittany and Terrence will be the ones starting the competition. Taylor's not eligible to compete. So they're going to be asking the questions, going to be A, B, or C answer. Whoever gets it right will get to choose who plays. Yeah, Taylor doesn't get to play. She doesn't get to play. Which side does she get in? That's true, right? I'm not sure how they're going to break this up. Oh, okay. So they're going to have the evicted house guests up there. One of them will have a sign that says VIP. They have to identify who has the sign the quickest, and whoever does that wins. We don't know where Taylor's going to go. We don't know anything yet. We're finding all out as we go. So we haven't even gotten the first question yet. I'm still waiting for how they're going to split it. If you win, you're in Brochella. You're the HOH of Brochella, the indoor group. So, okay. So the winner gets to be HOH of Brochella. The second place gets to be HOH of Dire Fest. Brochella is indoor. Dire Fest is outdoor. Still don't know how the rest of them are going to be split. Here's our first image. You have to find the VIP sign as quickly as possible. C. It's in C. Already got it. Already got it. They're still looking. They are still looking. It's obviously in C, and they still have no clue. They still have no clue. It's in C. Finally, Terrence gets it. Like, it was in C, and they had no clue. That was the worst performance I've ever seen by anyone in this competition. She had to be throwing it, but how can you throw it when there's 5 people in one group? That's the worst decision. If she threw that. Here's the next one. A. Oh, Jasmine was quick on that. It was A. Jasmine would have beat me, I think. Jasmine would have beat me. Monty and Turner. That makes a lot of sense. Get the hell out of here. Let's see. We'll hide the user from the chat. And then this one. Let's see. That went with it. Cool. Oh. Totally missed it. Where is it? It wasn't B. I missed that one. Turner got it though. Yeah, they're peddling smut. I think we got rid of them all. I think we did. I got rid of one of them at least, I think. Don't click the links. Don't click. Unless I put a link in there, don't click it. Here we go. Alyssa and Terrence is who Turner put up. C. It's in C. Terrence got it. Terrence is doing a good job so far. That first one took him forever, but he's getting better. Michael and Kyle he puts up. Oh. Let's see here. Where is it going to be? Oh, I didn't see it. They both clicked it before me. I didn't even see it. I'm going to be honest. It was in B. They both would have beat me in that one. Oh, Michael did Terrence and Jasmine. All right, so Michael sticking with the leftovers. Here we go. Jasmine and Terrence. Let's see. Where is it? A? Yep. That was one. When I said A, I didn't see it in A. I scanned C and I scanned B, didn't see them, so I instantly just went A. I just went A. Okay, Turner and Michael. Let's see here. A? Yep, A. It's an A. They're both throwing the fuck out of this. They have to be. that was a very easy one. Michael gets it right. So it's going to be Michael versus Terrence. One of them will be the HOH for what's it called? Brucella? The indoor house. Here we go. Oh, Michael, I think, got it already with B. But he was very quick on that. Very quick on that. So Michael is HOH for Brucella, whatever they're calling it. Brucella. And Terrence is the HOH for the outside. So Michael, Brucella, HOH. Terrence is the HOH for Dire Fest. Okay, so we're going to commercial, and then they're going to tell us how they're splitting the house. I'm very interested to hear how they're going to do this. So we shall see. All right, let me put some people in some places here. So Michael can go here, and he gets a key. And Terrence can go there, and he gets a key. We'll put these guys down here. And, I don't know, where can we put Alyssa? We'll just stick her over here for now. We'll stick her over here. All right. So this is how we're looking right now. And then as we find out who's going where, we'll separate them more and more. But Michael is one HOH. Terrence is the other HOH. Michael will be the HOH of Brucella in the inside house. Terrence will be the HOH of Dire Fest, which will be outside in the backyard. We still don't know. We still don't know how they're going to split it, but we'll see. I think order of eliminations, 1 equals A, 2 equals B, etc. Maybe. Michael has 2 HOHs and what? 4 vetoes? Is that what he has? He won veto week 1, week 2. Did he win it week 3? I forget if he won it week 3, but he definitely won it 4. So is that 6 competitions now he's won? Crazy. Crazy. Is Janelle still the record with 7 in one season? Is it 7? I think. So he's 1 off of tying the record. Whew. All right, luckily it was a quick commercial break. Luckily, we're already coming back. Don't let them pick. Don't let them pick. Make it random. How are they doing this? No. A schoolyard pick is so terrible. Ah. Because you can game the system here. You can 100% game it. It should have been random. Absolutely the worst way. The only reason why it's a little bit okay is because Terrence won't have any clue what he's doing. But Michael's just going to be able to choose who he wants to try and get who he wants. Random would have been so much better. It would have been so much better. That means one will be leftovers, the others will be... So I wouldn't 100% guarantee that, though, right? Because if you're Michael, you don't want it to be 100% leftovers. Because that doesn't give any, like, wiggle room, right? You want at least one person in there that you can say, well, that's who will vote out. But if you only have one person you could vote out and they win the veto, you're screwed. So you want at least 2 people who aren't, or options, right? So that you can at least have one person that's going to guaranteed be on the block. This is definitely not ideal on how to split it. They're already like talking amongst themselves on how to split it. See, this is where they screwed up. They're screwing this twist up already. It should be random. It should be random. I'm totally okay with them having the chance to win the HOH and that not being random. But the rest of this should be random. I don't like how they're doing this. Ugh. It's definitely much better when they do it on Survivor. Where they literally just grab a buff that they can't even see. They have no clue what color it is. And it's just completely by chance on where you end up. So, Taylor has a chance to go home, 100%. All of them now really have a chance to go home. Michael might take this as an opportunity to take out Joseph, who he's worried about. I could see Terrence making sure that he gets Taylor in his house, so that he could take a shot at her. I could see Monty being in a lot of trouble, depending on what house he's in. I think the safe ones... I think Turner is very safe. I don't think Turner has much to worry about as far as having to go home. I think he'll be okay. But other than that... Ooh... will they show it on the live feeds? They probably won't show the split. The split will probably happen off the feeds, and then we're gonna find out when the feeds come back after the West Coast airing is over. The feeds aren't live yet. Here, I'll give you actually a little looky. We're just on the puppy cams, so no feeds yet with that. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. But overall, one very long, drawn-out, rough episode. 2, they've screwed up the twist. It should have been random. It shouldn't have been that. Hey, we're just showing up after the show. Jasmine looked like a blow up. She was very shocked. Let's see. Michael and needs Brittany and Turner and Noms, Jasmine, and maybe Alyssa. That's a possibility, but I could see him going for something like having Joseph in his group, so he has a chance to go after Joseph. I could see him grabbing Kyle. It'll be very interesting if they end up apart. That'll be an interesting test. Terrence take Kyle and Michael take Alyssa. Yeah, hopefully they split them. Long ass episode for messed up twist. Hate to see it. We were so excited, right? We were so excited. Not liking schoolyard pick. If Terrence is smart, he'll pick Brittany. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the schoolyard pick. Potentially he could go after Brittany, but I think Terrence would more likely probably go after someone like Taylor or Monty. But we'll see. Am I the only one that disappointed in the... Not at all. Not at all. I think we all are. I'm telling you, this episode should have been an email. That's a good one, Natasha. That's a good one. J. Mike, facts, no kids. Yep, no good. No one planned for a Terrence HOH this week. Should be hilarious. That's true. No one ever planned for a Terrence HOH. And then HOH, he didn't even really win. He got by default. Let's see. Michael needs to take out Kyle. And so that's the other thing too, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Turner beats Terrence, but he never got to play him. He had to play against Michael. So Terrence just got kind of lucky by the way the pairs were picked to go against each other. So it was like he didn't even really win this one. He just kind of lucked out. But that's the game of knockout, though, right? Except it usually isn't that if you finish second, you also are on HOH. Michael needs to take out Kyle. Wonder if Brittany will be Michael's first choice to protect her. Maybe, right? Like keep her with you. Have at least one ally you can work with. Michael should pick Jasmine, Alyssa, and Monty. I'm just waiting for the day Jasmine walks out the door. Let's see. Kyle and Alyssa can go next. Who they want out. Michael needs to pick Jasmine and Alyssa. He can put them up. Then he is left with 2 leftovers to vote their way. True. And at the very least, then you would get at least one of them on the block. And if you put them both on the block, right? And even if one wins veto, you control the votes because there's only 2 people voting, and then you get to break the tie as HOH. 2 hours for disappointment. I feel like Alyssa after 10 seconds. Michael has 6 comp wins. He's got so many wins now. Oh my goodness. I hope they show them picking. I don't think that we're going to get to see it. Not until we're going to find out after. And we'll have to try and piece it together by who's in which area of the house. Terrence is a bus driver. Good eyes. Oh, he's got great eyes. Took him forever on that first one. Where is it? I can't. That's how close. That's how close he was trying to get to that screen. He couldn't see anything. Him and Brittany took forever. I'm going to miss Sunday night. What a bummer. Oh no. I don't think anybody has Brittany on their mind, which is that's a good point. I don't think anybody is thinking of her as a threat at the moment. Let's see if I need to get better at keeping up with this chat. It is so hard to find where I was. Do you think the feeds come back before or after the West Coast? I think it's gonna be after. They should have picked their targets first. So Marvin, that's a good point. Like, I think you do want to go with who you want out first rather than who you want to keep safe. that's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because if you have multiple people you're okay targeting, go with who you want to keep safe and who you know you can trust. If you only have like one person that you know you want to get out, you pick that person. So it could be hard to figure which one you want to go with. Enforcer, are you Jasmine's mom? I don't even know what Enforcer said, but I forgot they can still play veto. Yeah, so veto is going to be a situation. And then because 2 people are on the block, only 2 people will be voting. And if they don't agree, it'll be tied, and the HOH is the tiebreaker. Final 5 scenario is all about competitions. So I feel like there's 3 stages of Big Brother. There's the pre-jury, which is all about your social game. You want to try and create a lot of bonds with people that not only will keep you off the block early, but will also build bonds for later to use down the line. The second half, like right as jury starts, it's much more strategic because you want to get out the right people at the right time and take the best shot so that you're set up for the late game. And then the late game, which kind of starts right around that 7, that is when it becomes all about competitions. When you win the competitions at the right time, and if you can win those comps, that's the most important part. So we've kind of jumped forward now into the competitions are the biggest part right now. And it really favors Michael, especially in a 5-person group. He has a good shot of being able to control everything with the veto as well. So we'll see how that goes. How long does it take to pick 4 people? That's true. Does the HOH choose all the house guests, or does the first person they choose pick the next person? That's a good point. Picture perfect. That's a good point. I don't know. Will it be just the HOH getting to pick everybody? Or if the person they picks the next person, that can throw a little wrench into things, right? Because in that scenario, if you're Michael, you want to pick Brittany. So because you know Brittany will pick somebody that will work with the group, right? Somebody that's potential for a target. If you pick your target, they might pick someone that's good for them to be in the group, and you might not want that. So that's tough. Let's see. Even though I prefer random, I can see how the schoolyard pick could be useful because it will reveal alliances and intentions. Yeah, that's part of it, but I still feel like the better scenario would have been random. It would have caused much more chaos. I would have been much more excited about the situation going forward. I feel like because of the pick, we're going to end up with groups that are very predictable on who's going to end up going home, depending on which competitions you win. We will not know till 1 a.m. Yeah, pretty much. That's when we're going to probably find out. Michael needs to pick either Alyssa or Jasmine first to ensure each team gets one outsider to vote out. Yeah, that's probably a good way to go, right? But again, I have a feeling someone's taking a shot. I think Kyle's definitely going to try and push for a big play to happen, a big move. I think Michael would be on board with trying to make a big move, depending on who's in his group. So we'll see. We'll see. They say schoolyard pick. Yeah, so well, that's the thing, right? So sometimes in a schoolyard pick, right, it's like there's 2 captains. But there has been times where they've done a schoolyard pick, and then who you pick gets to pick the next one. So I'm not 100% sure how they'll do it, but I'd rather it have been random. Who does Terrence think his best 2 allies are in the game? Probably at this point, Alyssa and Jasmine, but they also just voted them out. Or they voted Indy out. They didn't vote him out. They voted Indy out. So that didn't happen. Michael's the only one who voted him out, and he's on the other side. So yeah, I would think he would think Alyssa and Jasmine are his 2 closest allies. Terrence is going to pull Joseph, Jasmine, Monty, maybe Taylor. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of different scenarios this could go. A lot of different combinations. I mentioned in my update video, there were like 100 combinations. I think like the actual number was like 126 different ways it could turn out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Should I stay up to watch the live feeds tonight? Yeah, I probably will. There will definitely be a live feed update. If you can't stay up tomorrow morning, there will be a live feed update breaking down who ends up in each side of the house and what some of the different scenarios could end up being. And we'll cover everything that happened in the episode, everything that happens on the live feed. So make sure if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, you never miss a stream. We are going to wind things down here. I'm going to call it a night here on the stream. But before I do go, just some links for everybody here. You can follow me on Twitch. I definitely want to get Twitch back up and running this upcoming week over there. You can also follow me on Twitter. It's one of the best ways to kind of keep track of everything going on in the Ori universe, whether I'm posting my links for the videos, whether I'm going live. It's a great way to kind of keep track. I live tweet the live feeds at times, post some cool, funny stuff whenever I get a chance over there as well. Here is also our Discord. You can join up over there. We've got a bunch of you have already started joining. It's been a lot of fun getting to talk and hang out with all of you guys. We have a birthday channel over there, so you can post when your birthday is going to be, and we can do like shout outs for you when your birthday's coming up. If you have anything Big Brother related you want to talk about, or just in your life in general, feel free to post it on in there. I think we've got different channels for all kinds of stuff. Post your pet pictures. You got a cute dog, you got a cute cat, post a picture. You got a cool fish, post that too. So you can post all that kind of stuff in there. And then also we do have the Ori Fund if you are so inclined to support Oris everywhere. Really, it is a fund to help all Oris around the world. So you can support that as well. And then one more thing here. Let's see. Gotta grab this. And then this. If you are looking for a place to hang out for the rest of the night, may I suggest my good buddy Bruno. He is live over on Twitch right now. He's playing some games. I'm sure he will be chatting some Big Brother. If you don't know Bruno, he's a two-time Big Brother Canada player. His name is Capone Gaming on Twitch. I'll be hanging out there for a while over on his channel, just kind of hanging out in the chat. So if you're looking for a place to hang out, that's a good one. Go on and give him a follow, give him a shout. I will be back tomorrow morning with a live feed update for everyone. I want to thank everyone who has been here all night long. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've shown. Like I said, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you watched even a moment of this stream and you had fun. Hit that like button and hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video and you'll never miss a stream. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all so much for all of the support. I really can't tell you how much it all means to me to have all of you here joining me for the videos, all your comments, joining me during the live streams. This season has been so much fun, and you guys make it all just that much more enjoyable. And I will see you all next time.